Experiment 267 was a 267 genetic experiment created by Jumbo Hamster's funding. He was designed to grant any wish that he hears, but he takes the wishes literally, and thus they rarely turn out quite as expected. 267 and the other first 624 experiments were activated and smuggled to Earth by Jumbo during his mission to capture Experiment 626. All of the experiment pods were released and scattered across the island of Kauai. Lilo and Stitch the series. 267's pod eventually made its way into a bag of birdseed, where an elderly woman threw it along with some of the seed into a flock of pigeons. One pigeon flew off with the pod, but an attack from another pigeon caused it to accidentally drop it into the hotel swimming pool. Activating 267, which caused the children in the pool to flee in terror. When 267 heard a nearby woman wishing to her friend that she had a husband, the former granted the wish by replacing the woman's friend with a disgusting husband, then fled the scene. 267 later spied on Lilo, Stitch, and David on the beach. When David wished that there were some big waves to surf, 267 granted the wish by causing a tsunami-sized waves to appear. Stitch then spotted 267 and pursued him until both cousins shinnied up a palm tree. When Stitch tried to coax 267 down, the latter used his wand to throw Stitch off the tree. Lilo then wished to herself that they could just skip to the part where they captured the experiment, causing 267 to grant the wish by teleporting into Lilo's arms. While Lilo and Stitch then took 267, named Wishy Washy, back to their home, where Jumbo stated Wishy Washy's past. Lilo and Stitch later brought Wishy Washy to the beach, where he granted Lilo's wish that David was the smartest man in the world. However, David suddenly began talking like a professor, and though Lilo couldn't understand a word he said, Jumbo seemed impressed. Lilo and Stitch eventually made Wishy Washy Pleakley's responsibility. However, Pleakley selfishly used up many wishes on Magnificent Man toys and gifts before Gantu arrived at the Pelican residence and wished to have Wishy Washy, which the latter granted. Gantu took the captured Wishy Washy back to his ship, where he wished for Hamsterville to turn into a caged pet rat, for the ship to become invisible, and for all the goods in the galaxy. However, in spite of all these wishes, Gantu remained depressed until after getting a sudden jolt of inspiration, and he wished for Cinta, his college crush. Regardless, it turned out that Cinta had become rather hideous and spiteful over the years, prompting Gantu to order Wishy Washy to undo the wish. Lilo and Stitch shortly after launched a rescue mission on Gantu's invisible ship, during which Gantu wished his blaster was 10 times more powerful. Lilo then wished for Gantu's enormous blaster to turn into a giant salami, and Experiment 625 wished for that humongous salami to turn into a colossal Italian salami sandwich, which he ate. Lilo and Stitch then escaped the ship with Wishy Washy back to their house, where Jumbo discovered that there was only one wish left from all the wishes granted on Gantu's ship. Lilo used this last wish to simply undo all the wishes that were previously granted, returning everything to normal and rendering Wishy Washy useless. Leroy and Stitch the movie. The first 624 experiments, including Wishy Washy, were rounded up by Leroy and taken to a stadium to be destroyed. However, Lilo, Stitch, Jumbo, Pleakley, Reuben, and Gantu arrived before the experiments could be destroyed. Wishy Washy participated in the following battle between the experiments and the Leroy clones, but it is unknown what he did. The Leroy soon gained the upper hand in the battle, but were defeated when Lilo, Stitch, Reuben, and several other experiments fell in the song Aloha away, which caused the Leroy army to shut down due to a failsafe mechanism. Special abilities. Wishy Washy can grant any wish he hears, with the exception of the wish for more wishes. Unfortunately, he is very literal, and the wish will likely not quite turn out as expected. Also, Wishy Washy has a wish limit meter and loses his wish granting powers when it runs out. Weaknesses. Wishy Washy becomes powerless once the wish limit meter is depleted. He will also reject the wish for more wishes.
I've never heard of that.
Trivia. Wishy Washy's name is based on his ability to grant wishes, and is also the word's meaning, which is lacking strength. Wishy Washy's diet apparently includes of books and paper. Theoretically, Wishy Washy could act as a watered-down version of Baby Fire, if someone wished to regain some years of youth. Wishy Washy's pod color is green. The experiment pod container describes Wishy Washy as Experiment 267, primary function, granting wishes. Wishy Washy is one of the few experiments to not have his one true place revealed. He is also one of the few experiments to not appear in the group photo at the end of Leroy and Stitch. If you enjoyed this video, please smash a like, and subscribe to the channel for more Lilo and Stitch videos. Leave a comment down in the comment section with who's your favorite experiment, and which one you'd like to see us do next. Until next time, aloha!